standalone company. And then obviously you've got AOL, you've got other companies out there, and Microsoft doesn't really even have to be in this business.
Well, thank you very much for your insights. Now let's turn back to our Fox Biz All-Stars for their take on what will happen as this deadline approaches. John?
Microsoft is still the 800-pound gorilla, but the problem is they do not have the best operating system anymore. They have the most dominant operating system.
It's 800-pound gorilla with no bananas. I mean, it's acting
exactly
like
right.
It's acting desperate, isn't it?
Yes, it is, but they've got $25 billion in cash. They don't want to give that out just to shareholders. That is not a good use of that money. They got to find something to do. They are buying a number two, a declining asset, but is the best thing out there that they can buy.
Jonathan, is this the capitalistic solution?
This is like arguing over two old washed-up hags, honestly.
Even one that weighs 800 pounds, huh?
Well, if it's 800 pounds, it's 800 pounds. It's the same price as it was in 1999, 1998. I mean, Microsoft's got cash. Yahoo's got basically nothing but some foreign ownership that I suppose long-term would be strategic. But I just would avoid both these stocks right now. I mean, Yahoo was falling off a cliff before Microsoft stepped up, and I just think both of them are unattractive plays right now.
Mark, to Jonathan's point, to me it seems like maybe this is merging the Knicks with the Nets. You still don't have a championship team, so why go through the process?
I think this is like, I agree with Jonathan. It's like watching a bad set of old reruns. I mean, who cares anymore whether these two companies merge? And I think it goes to the heart of how desperate Microsoft is and the problems with Microsoft's basic business. I mean, I think Microsoft has to either fix its businesses or break itself up into pieces. It's gotten too big, too bureaucratic. It is not the company it once was, and so it's struggling, trying to find different things, and online is one area, and it's losing a bundle of money on online right now. So another company that's struggling and is a disaster. It's ridiculous.
Tracy, you spend a lot of time on the floor. Wall Street still seems to really care about this. What's going on?
Well, it's definitely moved the market today. I mean, Microsoft was down. It took the whole tech sector with
So you think it was down not because of the earnings, but because they didn't come out with anything definitive about this whole merger? Obama speaking out against what he calls the nation's current energy crisis. Now, oil did close up almost $2.50 today, and an average gallon of gas is $3.57. But are we really in an energy crisis? There is a difference between paying more for gas and not being able to get gas. Let's ask our Fox Biz All-Stars, Jonathan Honig, Mark Tatge, John Layfield, and Tracy Burns. And Tracy, I've got to start with you.
An energy crisis is when you're a little kid and you're sitting in the back of your mom's car with no air conditioning because it's your even day and you have to go and you can't go to the park. That's an energy crisis. This is not what we're in. The price of oil is up. The price of gas is going up. It's a problem. We need an alternative fuel policy here at home. But to go out and say it's an energy crisis, people are going to start filling gas tanks and putting them in their basement.
So you're saying, though, there's some sort of a problem if we need an energy plan?
Yes, we need something. There is a problem. There's definitely a problem.
Tracy, Obama's got it for you, and it's anti-capitalist, it's collectivist, it's environmentalist, it's conservationist. I mean, that's not a fix to whatever the energy situation is right now. I think, Charles, to be honest, Obama's fix really is the crisis. And it's only going to make gas. If gas is $5 a gallon now, it's going to make it $20 a gallon. That's what we'll get from President Obama.
So what is the fix, Jonathan?
More capitalism, more drilling. If there's demand out there, if prices are high, let's get more supply online. But of course, the environmental movement, of which Obama is basically sold his soul, we'll have none of that.
Mark, what's your opinion here?
I don't think it's a crisis, but I think it's approaching it. I mean, look at what's happening to gas prices. The price of a barrel of oil is up 4 times since 2001. Gas has more than doubled in price, and it's going to go even higher. And the reason is, I don't agree necessarily with Obama either in his solutions, but hey, the real reason here is we don't have enough refining capacity in this country, and so there's a shortage of basically of ability to change oil into gasoline. And look what's happening to the airlines. It's causing structural changes in our economy out there. Things are not good, guys.
John, they make it sound so simple. Capitalism, more refineries. Is it really that simple?
Yes,
it really is.
Jonathan is right. We're building refineries in Canada. We're building LNG terminals in Mexico. These guys who want to hug trees, they're letting oil rigs be drilled off of the coast of Key West. Chinese oil rigs, communist oil rigs. Do you think they're really better than ExxonMobil? We won't let our own people drill in our own waters. We won't let our people drill in Anwar. We don't build infrastructure for North Dakota, for wind farms, for Arizona, for solar farms. We're doing absolutely nothing. These guys are complete, uneducated morons about what they're doing.
Opponents of Anwar would say, you know what, it's just a drop in the bucket.
And
We're
what
fooling
Obama's
ourselves.
plan is to tax our oil companies. All you're going to do is hurt our national security and hurt
How do you
our
hurt the
oil
national
companies.
security by taxing oil companies?
Because the reason we found this big find in the Gulf was because of those tax abatements that the government signed a legal contract.
Well, you're
with the
saying
coal
this is a
companies.
national security issue.
There's no doubt about it. That's one of the reasons we're
Well-
staying in the Middle East. Yes, it's a national security
Mark.
issue.
Mark,
Charles,
did you want...
we don't have enough. We don't have enough refineries, and it's going to take many years for us to be able to do this. Taxing the oil companies isn't going to solve it, but we need to act now. There needs to be some sort of an emergency, stated emergency, in this country to go find one, alternative sources of energy, and two, be able to
Well, but
find
that's
more
the problem,
refining
Mark. That's the
capacity to get
problem. Is
more
that
gasoline.
Obama is going to pour another $1 billion down the ethanol pipeline, which we know how successful that's been. He's going to pour all these alternative energy ideas, of course, paid for by the government, aka you and I. I mean, look at Verisun Energy, guys. Look at Pacific Ethanol. You're going to have an Obama administration funding pieces of direct like that.
Okay, thanks
It's
a lot,
going to be our
guys.
I'm
money
not
on the
a
line.
fan. I'm
Let
not
me-
a
Let me
fan
just stop
of
you guys
what
1 second
Obama's.
because we do have a Fox Business alert. Reports American Airlines has merger talks with U.S. Air and is also considering some sort of alliance with Continental Airlines. Are we heading for one national airline? What do you guys think?
No, I don't think we are.
I think we're headed-
We're headed for consolidation. But I tell you what it is, with air traffic control, as capacity as tight as it is,
Right.
these guys cannot expand domestically. These guys are going to wake up on third and think they hit a triple because the only routes they can expand are the international routes, which are profitable routes.
But the problem, I think, is that if they approve the Delta Northwest deal, they have no choice but to continue to approve deals, and then we are going to be down to one or two big airlines, quite frankly.
And will
'cause
that
these
help?
guys-
And will that solve this? Will that be the solution?
God, no. It's not going to be the solution on their end because they're
Why
not.
not?
It's not efficient at all for these guys
Why
to
not?
merge. There's no proof
Why not?
that
What if
airlines
Tracy,
merging is proved
but what if there
efficient
was-
at all.
what if
Not to
there
mention,
was-
it totally kills the consumer. The consumer will be burned by these deals for years to come. And then what? And
Well-
then no one's going to want to fly, and then that's going to kill the industry. And they're going to have to
No,
come up with
no.
a different way to do this.
Jonathan,
what
what
if
is the
we had, like-
capitalistic solution to this?
Of course, we should let them merge. United Airlines and U.S. Air tried to merge, 5 years ago, but of course, antitrust regulators wouldn't let them do it.
But has one
maybe we
airline
had-
merger been successful? You can't
Yeah,
name
well,
one.
but the industry hasn't been successful just because of all the regulation that Tracy, you seem to love.
Oh,
I mean,
God,
every element
you're
of this
talking to a woman
business
who got
is.
beat up by American Airlines. There
But
is
then-
nothing about the
Is
airlines
there anyone
I
on
love.
the panel that thinks raising prices is the only solution?
Here's the solution. The solution is simple. We need to let foreign airlines come in and buy the U.S. airlines.
Exactly
no
right.
one in the airline business is making any money other than Southwest. It's a horrible business. It has horrible returns on capital. And we need to remove the barriers and allow the well-run foreign carriers come in and buy our carriers. It'll improve service and it'll lower prices in the long run. And this is a ridiculous situation we have in this country.
Thanks a lot, guys. We'll be hearing more from you later. The clock is ticking. Shareholders are waiting. Steve Ballmer might be pouncing next.
Coming in May.